How's everybody doing? I'm here to do a quick video on the update here. Update 5.0 just came out and I wanted to do just a quick update on it. I'm going to show you all the things that I know about here that came out in the update and some of the things I like about each one. So, without further ado, let's get going. First of all, if you run right out here, you can see that we got a helipad for our helicopter that hooks right on to your boat. So, that is in a mission, and I will show you right here. It's in the skills. It's under the skills, and then you go down to level 13, and it'll be right here. And there will be a mission or a quest that you have to do it. You will have to go. I'll just tell you a few things about it. I'm not going to spoil it completely. So, but you have to go to Sanctuary Dock 12, and you will have to use your scanner at Sanctuary Dock 12. And that's all I'm going to tell you on that. And then once you do that and you scan it, you come in here, obviously unlock it, and then you can build it. So that's one of them. And while I'm in here, I might as well show you some of the new stuff that we got here. So we got this right here, which is the Tide Ripper hand jet, which is just what it sounds like. It's underneath the water and you can hang on to it and it'll make you go faster. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that you can unlock this without even doing a quest. So that's one thing that we did. And then also the helipad, which I already showed you. And then right here is a rocket payload module, which I think this is, it says here, carry mission cargo, like samples, supplies, and committee payloads into orbit. So I think what it's going to do is it's going to, instead of transporting humans, it's going to do stuff that you can send up to the humans. That's what I think it's for. I haven't unlocked it yet. I haven't even tried it. And that is unlockable even without a quest. So, and this one here is the Pico Grid Scan 2000. So this is, it says it links modules and it tells you about the power usage and shortages and switch stats and all that kind of stuff on your boat. So I have not used it either. I haven't even unlocked it. As you can see, I only have one skill point left, so I'm waiting for another level is what I'm waiting for. And also, that's another thing. They went from a level 30 to now you can go to a level 35. So they went up 5 levels in this update. So you can go up and get more skill points and stuff like that. These are the next thing. These are electric wall sockets. They also have all the other ones. They have fuel, they have water, and they have gas. All wall sockets. Now, I'll tell you something about these real quick. I have been messing around with them a little bit. And I had them. I thought you could just like set one here and then way out there on the deck of my boat, in order to draw oil in, and you cannot do that. They have to be just like this. One has to be there and one has to be there. You're going through the wall is all you're doing. It's literally what it says, a wall socket. You just can't throw it up anywhere. So see these right here, I had me a cable extender right here, and I was going around this door, through this door right here, and around over to here and hooking into that right there. That's how I had them before. Now with the wall sockets, I don't have to go through that door no more. Now I put one here, as you can probably see. Let me turn on my light. See, there's a wall socket there. And then I put a wall socket right back in there, as you can see it. Now I just hooked each other and then hooked into that and then hooked this into the boat itself. I did that same exact thing on both sides, and now I don't have cables running through the door no more. So that was just a quick note on using the wall sockets. They are strictly just that. They're going through a wall. That's all they're for. That I can see so far. But as far as I can tell so far, I've set them up in multiple different ways, and they will not work unless I do what I'm doing right now. You're just going through that wall, which is perfectly what I was looking for. I wanted to get them cables out of this doorway, and that's exactly what they done for me. and here as well, because I did have this coming down and it was running up my stairs back there to my distillation tower. Now I can just run through this wall right here. Super simple and nice and clean looking. And then here's too, it's through the wall, going to this. Okay, so I told you about the wall sockets here, all of them, and they're really handy. Now, down a little bit further, there's another Tide Ripper, which this is linked to a quest, but this one is a twin jet, and I think it's just a Tide Ripper that is faster than the other one is all it is, or maybe it lasts longer or something like that. I have not done nothing with it. I just wanted to show it because obviously I don't have enough skill points to do it. That's the reason why I don't have it. And then you go down just a little bit further and you got this right here, which is a Rhino dismantler. It's a dismantler that basically it uses fuel to dismantle, and it does it way quicker and does smoke like everything that does, like the jet ski and all that kind of stuff. They all do smoke when they're running off from petrol, but it's a petrol powered dismantler is what it is, and it's supposed to break objects much faster than the regular one. So, and that one's just unlockable. There is no quest with that one either. And then you got this down here is a recovery grinder. Which what this is it just breaks up all the surplus material you have, which is the extra material that you don't plan on using. You throw your extra materials in there and it'll spit out the materials and oil is what it'll do for whatever you put in there. And it does have I seen it set up. I haven't used it myself, but I have seen it set up. And it does have a thing on it for oil to come out of. So, and then it will spit out your materials as well. And it has an electric outlet on it. You have to have electric hooked to it, obviously, for it to work. So that's the other thing. And that is a quest as well. As you can see there, it's ugly work to unlock it. And that, as far as I know, is all there is that I have seen. Unless I happen to miss one. I don't think I did, but I might have. So that's all of them under the skills that I know of. And as you've probably seen when I walked out one of these times, the other addition is this whale right here. It's a great big whale. And this is a quest. And it's quite a lengthy quest. I mean, it's one thing's going to lead you to another. But right there, Platform Omega, that's where you got to go to start the quest. And then once you start the quest, it'll just keep telling you what to do next. And once you do that, it's only going there. Once you go there, you have to do one more thing, come back there, and then that's when your whale will appear. I don't want to completely spoil it for you, so I'm not going to tell you exactly what to do. I'll just let you know where to start, and the quest line will tell you where to go. So. And then you got to charge this up. And what it does is when you charge it, you flip this switch. And it will dive down and it will get 10,000 liters of oil. As you can see, I took some of it and filled my ship up. So that's what that is about. And you can put all that stuff on it like I did there if you wanted to. Or you can just do it off your boat, whatever you want to do. But that stuff will stay on when it goes down and comes back up. So, but make sure when it comes back up, you shut it off because it will swim around and all that kind of stuff. And there is a thing that you'll have to put on your boat, and you can moor yourself to it so you're not like floating away as you're trying to charge it and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's another thing that they added. And I heard a few other things that they added, but I haven't got around to checking them out or any of that kind of stuff like that. So I'm just talking about the stuff that I know about, that I have either tested or I've discovered, either way. And there is one thing in here that also is new. And if you go all the way up right here, this Eden frame, small, This is a quest, but I'll show you that in just a second. This is the thing I was going to show you. This a new item, a new material, stainless steel. Now, if I click on this, it says you need 10 liters of oil, electricity, and 1 iron to make 1 piece of stainless steel. So you need oil and iron to make it. And they did add a oil port right down here at the bottom on the fabricator. So you would have to hook into it and then hook into some oil. And then you could build some, and you obviously need it, or otherwise they wouldn't have put it in there. That's the only 2 things in there. Okay, now I'm going to go upstairs and I'll show you real quick of what that stainless steel and what that frame that I showed you was. And it was for this right here. This is called, I guess it's Pishan is what I'm going to call it, or Pishan, or Pishon, something like that, you know. And this is another quest. This is a whole quest in itself. You go over to it, and this is going to build, and it's finally going to build. Eventually, I think what it's going to do is it's going to make so you can build trees and leave them instead of just putting them in our things that we have, you know, that we can throw trees in, which really don't do nothing. These things here, you know, so we can do that now. And that's quite a long mission as well. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do there. But it'll pop up as soon as I think it popped up as soon as I got on, actually. So that was just a new mission that popped up instantly. And right here's the Omega one I was telling you about. And there's one more right here. I'll highlight it. This is another new. I don't know what it is. I have not been there. I haven't done nothing with it. I have no clue. But this is a new place, a new location on the map. And as far as I know, as far as I've been, that's all I know about. You know, I'm sure there's more, and I'm sure there's a bunch more actually, but that's all as of right now that I know about. So hopefully this video will help you out a little bit. And if it did, I'd appreciate it if you like, comment, subscribe, and have yourself a great day.